Hello and welcome to Automation. It was a while since my last recreating engine series video. 2 weeks exactly when this one comes out. So yes, today we are back at it, and since last build was somewhat powerful, this time we will go in opposite direction. You probably never heard of FSO Polones. Well, maybe you did if you are either Polish, Egyptian, Thai or Chinese, cause that's where this car was produced originally. This vehicle was supposed to replace a Fiat 125p and was by no means good. It was mediocre even for Komi standards. The engine and transmission were faulty, especially in first production models. Quality of materials used for its production was also non-existent, so it was all you could expect from quote-unquote cheap family car from this era. It was supposed to be designed by Italians in Fiat Works, but some historians argue about what was the truth here. Anyway, let me pick a body and I will continue my monologue. Poles also prepared an export, luxury you could say, version of Polones that was supposed to be sold in Western countries. Well, it failed miserably, as you could expect if you listen to what I just said about its reliability. Anyway, I guess we should get to the build already. Well, I am going with leather chassis type, steel chassis, longitudinal engine, as it's going to be a rear-wheel drive. In the front, solid axle coil, I believe. No, let's go with double wishbone, it should be closer to the real thing. And the rear suspension, I have no doubts here, it was on a leaf. Now we can move on to the main part, that is the engine. It was 1.5 liter. Well, this car came out in a few versions, engine versions. I am going to go with this 1.5 liter, even though there was even a 2.0 version, a diesel version, and also a turbo version. There also was this strange thing called Stratopolones, which had 2.5 liter engine and was a mix of Lancia, Stratos and Polones. It was mostly used in rallies. So here we are going for inline 4, cast iron, 77 mm of bore, 79.5 mm of stroke. It was on a pushrod, overhead valve, and cast iron head material. In terms of crank, conrod and pistons, we are going to be using what we need, but I don't think we are going to make too much power, as we are aiming for 75 horsepower and 115 Nm of torque, so not much needed here. Moving on, we need 9.2 to 1 compression cam profile. Right now I am just going to lower it a bit, not changing anything here, and going for 6000 RPM limit. No turbo, as I said, at least in this case. It might be fun in the future to make something like this Stratopolones that was 2.5, had 2.5 liter engine. Maybe I will swap this one with new engine and tune it a bit for rally. We will see. Now to the fuel system, of course it's going to be carb. If I am right, it was 2-barrel, single carb of course, compact or standard low. Right now let's stay with compact. Fuel, of course we are going for leaded fuel, regular, as it's the lowest we can get here. Now the headers, of course we are picking the cheapest ones. Exhaust size, I believe it was around 1 inch or even less, but we will adjust it as we need. For the muffler, right now I am going with only second muffler. As you can see right now, we are a bit off our goal. Again, we need around 115 Newton meters of torque at 3200 RPM and 75 horsepower at 5200 RPM. Also, I am going to lower the RPM limit to something about 400 or 500 RPM. To be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if this car wasn't making as much power as they said it did. So maybe we won't be that much off, or rather we aren't right now that much off of the real thing. I am having some issues with getting this additional 10 Newton meters and 10 horsepower. Like you can see, I am right about where the peak should be, so 3100 RPM, 100 off and 400 off on the horsepower. I don't know what to do here. I might change the quality sliders a bit. I decided to throw away balancing mass, so the crank is dying a bit, and I think I'm going to stay with it as it fits this car and its reliability. Also, let's say the dying crank makes it equal for me raising the quality sliders on few parts up. So right now we are right where we needed to be with the torque, so 115 Newton meters at 3200 RPM and around 75 horsepower at 4800 RPM, so we are 400 RPM off there, but we are keeping it nice and steady right there, so it shouldn't be an issue. Well, I guess it's time to design this thing. Well, here's how the engine looks, and here's how the body looks. I am going to morph few things so it looks more like the FSO Polonaise, but as always I am going to keep my creativity with it, so I am not going to make it one-to-one how it looked in real life. So I picked this kind of a creamy color and painted the rear and front bumper to plastic, also changed the other minor parts to plastic as it is going to be cheap build, so no chrome there. Now I have to design the front end, I guess. Maybe I will add even more plastic to it. That's the state of this build as of now. Worked a bit on the front lights, and now I need to design a grille, and I think I will bring out the front bumper a bit, but I am not sure with what. Yeah, I need to think about it. I'm about done with the front end. As you can see, I already decided to give it a name. PFS, which stands for Polskie Fabryki Samochodowe, and 1500P, P means Polish, 1500 as our engine is 1.5 liter. Well, I just need to add a few small things on the sides and on the hood, and the front is done, so I will be able to move on to the tail of this car. I don't know how much plastic do I want on this one. I might do the trim from the rear bumper to the front, basically make it two-tone. I don't know, I will try it out and show you. Okay, this is as much as I can give you in terms of a two-tone. I also added already door handles that of course are plastic, side trim and side indicator. So fuel cap is there, wipers, I guess I need only an aerial somewhere over there. I don't know where to place it yet. Oh, and I did give it a hood scoop, small hood scoop. That's practically a hole in the hood. Yeah, only the rear left to design. Yeah, I am done with the tail of this car. As you can see, even more plastic, as this car wasn't plastic enough. This time I gave it ready-made tail lights. Number plate, of course, is there. And these ones are reflective lights, so they are there just to reflect the lights of the car behind you. So if your main tail lights stop working, you are still visible. Yeah, they were aware this car would break a lot, its electrics and all, so they gave it to it. Well, the only thing left to do is the interior. We will see what I can do about that. Minor issue here is I can't find any interior that would fit in this car. Everything looks too new and too fancy. And I don't know what to do about that. Well, I can't find any seats that look old enough. Well, I guess I am going with these ones, but somehow I need to make them look cheap. I could make them plastic. Yeah, we'll see. Well, I just made them cloth, grey cloth with plastic accents. Now I have to pick a nice looking, or rather fitting steel rims. It should be something simple, like this one maybe. Oh yeah, this would be perfect if I can make them not stick out that much. Maybe something like that. I don't know. Yeah, so I found proper ones and I'm going to keep them. But first I need to paint them to be steel if they aren't already steel. Let's see, where's the steel? Here, they are steel already. Okay, so we are keeping them. So here we are going rear wheel drive, manual, 4 gear. Top speed we want it at 150. Spacing, I don't know what was the spacing in the real one, but I guess I can tune it however I want. Maybe some shorter gearing. Nah, I feel like... yeah, let's go for shorter gearing at first gears so it can move fairly fast. Open diff, radials, hard long lives because they are cheaper. We don't need that wide of tires, but we will need to move them outward a little bit, I think, so it looks at least semi-decent. 15s are fine, I think. Yeah. Okay, let's move them out a bit. Same with the rear. That's fine on the rear, and on the front we are fine. With that we can move on. And the drum brakes. Front, big ones at that. And drum brakes in the rear. Also bigger ones. Maybe smaller than in the front. Okay, we can move on. Under train none. Okay, we can't change the bench on the rear in this one. We can't remove it for some reason, and it doesn't matter anyway. Interior is basic, AM radio standard. Steering. Of course, we will go with manual, safety, basic from the 70s. I don't know how much this car weighs. It's 1120 kilos. And it fits perfectly what was the weight of the real thing. So we are staying there, I guess. And the suspension, well, standard, twin tube, normal, comfort, normal, let's go with that. I am not tuning this car's suspension at all. We are going with what the preset set for us. I only changed the ride height to be a little bit lower, so car presents much better. Well, I guess we are done here and we can move on to BeamNG.drive, so see you in a bit there. There we are in BeamNG.drive. As you can see, car exported without much issues, no fixtures break. As you can see, they are all fine right there. Interior is there. Yeah, it drives, but I am not sure what to do with it. Drag racing it wouldn't do us much good, I think. It's quite slow. Well, not that bad, but still it's only 75 horsepower. Let's remember it's rear-wheel drive, but I don't think it's possible to drift this thing. You can fishtail a bit with it, that's for sure, but it won't keep any kind of drift for long. No power at all to do that. Yeah, as you can see, not much I can do with it. So I guess we could jump it around here. Well, I guess I will go to the grid map, try out this max speed it can make. Oh. Or something. Oh, it does not want to turn too well. So that curves could be too much for it. Yeah, and the back is broken. Oh well. But it still drives. Let's see what it can do right there. Oh, that was close. Yeah, and we are stuck, so not much we did right there. Well, I guess we will go to the drag strip and try it out there. As this one is going to be very slow, I decided to race it off against one of my other creations, Soviet-inspired creations, which is also underpowered severely. I don't think we raced it last time, so we can do it now. Okay. Yeah, we can beat it without any issues, that's for sure. Especially that it's locked at 80 kilometers per hour, I think? I don't remember. That's very slow quarter mile, that I can say. 72 miles per hour with it. And the other car will make it in almost 30. Well, so we were 10 seconds faster than severely underpowered and locked, and the car locked to 80 kilometers per hour. Well, yes, I guess we will be done for today. For the future, I think I will come back to some of my old creations, like this one, and modify it. I don't know, maybe make rally versions of it, maybe turbo the engine, make it much quicker, so courses like that, and like we are here, so they can make them much faster. So yeah, anyway, right now I would once again like to ask you to comment, like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. As I said previously, it really helps me stay motivated and keep my work going, also improve myself at what I'm doing. Jesus, what was that smoke? Yeah, we are in some kind of swamp right now. Yeah, I got out of it. So yeah, we will be ending it off here. Maybe with a crash or something. So thank you for watching and see you in the next one. I will keep them coming, don't worry about it. Like always. 2 times a week. Fly high, little car.